the flash steam cell. John, do you think it's about time we run the oil companies out of town? John never says a thing, but you can see the answer in his eyes. How about Big Oil goes broke? Our planet is cooling. Regular gas 65 cents. The whole world goes green. The steam cell replaces all fuel power. Clean electricity is the answer. The steam cell can replace all fuel power for everything from scooters to planes, trains, and automobiles, and even the big nuke generators. This is the shape we need, kind of like a light bulb, but it can be any size. Hi folks, I have something free for you. My name is Teddy Daw. I'm the medicine man. Of all the things in this whole world that might do the most to save our planet, it could be my steam cell. It simply makes steam from electricity, a small portion of electricity that it creates. Here is the original prototype, very crude and lame. I show it only for size. This is about the size you would need to drive your automobile, a truck, or produce the current for your home. The steam cell will replace the boiler in a steam generating system. The steam cell is a dry, sealed chamber. There's no water level. Now this is the shape we need, though it can be any size. Small enough for a scooter or large enough to run a large nuke generator. Now this is not that hard, folks. Down here at the bottom is where all of the moisture is directed, which would be both injected water from the injector here or condensation. Now as you can see, there's no water level in the steam cell, and we only need enough energy to heat the core, this little plate here about 2 inches in diameter. This would be big enough to power a car. Now the good thing about steam is there are no bounds to the power of pure pressure, like when Mother Nature blew the top from Mount St. Helens up here a while back, with many megatons of steam power. This works kind of like in my sweat lodge. I just sprinkle a few drops of water on the hot rocks and poof, instant steam. In this case, the hot rocks are actually this little red hot plate right here. The power comes from the loop when it's used with a turbine, a generator, and a battery pack. Then a portion of the electricity generated is returned to the glow plug element. The heat core is basically a canister, like an open soup can turned upside down, with the open end at the bottom actually on the outside of the sealed cell, where a fuel fire can be directed to heat the inside of the canister. The closed end at the top becomes the flash plate, where the drops of hot water are directed, and it appears as a pedestal from the inside of the sealed cell with an electric glow plug coil wrapped around it and a metal skin around the outside of that coil. Not until the heat core is heated either from a fuel fire from the outside below or from the electric coil on the inside, not until the heat core is heated to the proper temperature is a fine mist of hot water added and funneled to the bare red hot metal of the flash plate, and then must drip down over the hot electric coils within the confinement of the outside skin where there is no escape until it bursts instantly into steam. Hot water dripped on hot metal. At the core of every power generating system is the boiler. Most of the expense of the system is the cost of energy to heat that boiler. There are several factors that lead to the incredible efficiency of the steam cell, and they are: number one, we need only heat the amount of water needed to fill a cell with steam, one drop at a time. Steam is steam, and pressure takes on all of the potential of a standard boiler system, including the heating potential. The common boiler must use enough energy to heat thousands of gallons of water and maintain it there at boiling temperature. In the cell, the rate of production is easily controlled with the heat and the amount of water added, and much faster than the standard boiler system. The difference between water and steam is only 2 degrees, and when the exhaust from the turbine is recovered and condensed back to water and then re-injected at temperatures well over 200 degrees, then we are talking about raising a few drops of water a very few degrees to become steam and pressure again. Do the math, like the hot dogs would say. When the cell is in full run, the moisture will seldom touch the bare red hot metal of the heat core before it bursts into steam. The steam cell is totally pollution free because it only recirculates the same water through an enclosed system, no fire, with the exception of the startup fuel fire capabilities. The fail-safe capabilities are in the fact that you can heat the core in several ways without the primary source of electricity. The core can be heated with propane, alcohol, or even a hot candle, not to mention the many ways to generate the electricity for the glow plug to start up, such as a battery pack charged by the generator, a windmill, or even a hand crank. Now let me show you something about my simple paddle wheel turbine. That's very efficient, high torque, low RPM, almost as strong as one piston coming up right behind another. Nothing touches, no valves, one single motion. Now down here, here's the nozzle, the input, pressure, and the exhaust. This is what it looks like in a cutaway view. Now down here is how it would fit into a generating embodiment. This is the fuel cell here. Pump steam pressure over to the turbine, then to a generator, and the generator would then produce the electricity for the motor to charge the batteries and return a small portion back to the cell. If we look closer at the main components of my system, we can see the astounding potential. Here is the condenser that plays a very vital part of the efficiency of this positive energy loop. These three items here, if we pull them out of this common system, this is how they work together. The exhaust from the turbine is captured and returned back to water, where it will be re-injected at temperatures nearing 210 degrees. This will maximize the efficiency. The end result: when we put the steam cell in a unit with a paddle wheel turbine, a generator, a condenser, and a battery pack, we have created a positive energy loop that will produce many times more power than needed to activate the system. Now you know someone who can help you build this thing on your lunch break tomorrow. Let's get out there and get it going and tell the world about it. I am the Medicine Man, and I approve this message.